Not unveil her right now. Just watch our profile frame. Wow, 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 wow. In the studio with us, we have our precious Obeahon. She is the co-founder of Conscious Soul Records, and also she has an educational background in mental health. Good morning, precious.
Good morning.
I'm sure I didn't pronounce that name well.
That's right.
Obeahon.
Yeah,
Obeahon. And I did some rehearsals before we came on air.
You did well, don't worry.
Don't mind me. Oh my God, let's start from there. That picture, was that actually you?
It is me. That picture was taken sometime in August.
Oh my. Please, would you have recognized it?
She is a lady. She will understand the magic you have done there. But you guys you have a way of deceiving us.
Yeah.
I would have passed you. In fact, I actually passed you this morning. Because what I saw there was
it was my birthday, and everyone was like, okay, do something. You've never done anything before. And in the past, I would never want to even take pictures of myself. I was like, you know what, do something different this year. Take pictures. Make new memories.
Certainly. Certainly.
All right, talking about, now let's go to the business of the day. Because this seems, it seems like it's a bit interwoven. We're talking about mental health.
Yeah.
Now, mental health, like I said in my introduction, it's something that a lot of people are battling with. A lot of people are not even conscious of the fact that they are battling with mental health issues.
True.
How or where do we go from here? We hear a lot of things that we used to think, well, these are fictions in this part of the world.
Yeah.
Now we see people, committing suicide. We see even those that you do not expect. You see this person, just like you said, you had your photo shoot, your birthday, and all of that, and the next minute the person is committing suicide. Now, how do we recognize? How do we know that this person or needs, to be loved more, or this person needs more attention, or how do we even help ourselves when we feel that we have mental issues?
I really like the way you put your question. So, we hear about mental health, but nobody wants to identify with having a mental illness. We tell ourselves that we're all well. So, the world has fed us an illusion that we're the only ones suffering. No one else is going through what you're going through. You understand? So you're constantly repeating these thoughts in your head that will I get over this issue? But you can show yourself mercy by telling yourself that it's a phase, it will pass. So if to appreciate what mental health is, you have to understand how a healthy mind even functions. So a healthy mind has the ability to edit. You can edit, you can say this is going right, this is going wrong. I can be patient with myself, this is a phase, I can move on. Just like, I usually like to equate understanding mental health to using a phone. We've all used phones, we all use laptops. Let me not say we've all, because that'll be generalizing. But at some point, you've used a phone, you've used a laptop. You know how windows can be open on your phone? Different windows can be open on your phone. Your school app can be open, your church app can be open, your workout app can be open, your meditation app can be open. And then other files are running in the background that you're not aware of.
That's right.
So even when you drop your phone, there are files running that you have no control over. Your battery is low and they're wondering, they're asking you, is there an app that is making your battery low, because the app is something you don't have control over. And that's how we should consider our mental health. Tell yourself that there's so many programs running in the background that you're not aware of. So the National Science Foundation tells us that we have about 70,000 thoughts running in our heads every day. 70,000, that's a lot. It's almost like 1 thought per minute. And then out of those 70,000 thoughts, only 5% of those thoughts are new thoughts. So imagine that your thoughts keep repeating, and then they are negative thoughts. It means that it's like negative thoughts are constantly looped. So imagine someone who decides to kill themselves or commit suicide or end their lives, and then the thoughts that is looped in their head is, you're not good enough, just end it, your mates are better than you, you know, and it's constantly looped, and you're not even aware that you should be able to control these thoughts. So an unhealthy mind opens you up to unfair comparison. You're not able to tell yourself that, you know, you're not able to tell yourself that other people's stories are different from yours. I may go to Harvard, for instance, and, you know, my family system supports me to go to Harvard. If I grow up in the trenches, I may not be open to that opportunity. So why compare myself to someone who is open to that opportunity? And there are opportunities where I am, right? So a healthy mind helps you have conversations, be present here. An unhealthy mind is all over the place. You understand? A healthy mind helps you listen. So these are things you should consider when you tell yourself that, no, I'm fine, I have a healthy mind, I'm okay, nothing's wrong with me. There's so many things that we should consider.
Okay, talking about, you deal with you know, people that, you know, are talented, works artwork and all of that, music and every other, you know, form of art. Now, how can we use that, you know, music and every other thing related to help as a tool to help, you know, the mental health of people, individuals?
Okay.
Or is it even actually a tool?
Yeah, it is a tool. So the World Health Organization and the UN, they've been trying to tell us for a very long time that mental health is produced socially. It's a social indicator, and we should approach socially. So there's this song I play every morning by Wonder Baton. Problem, you know, they finish. Make you try, they enjoy. It sounds funny, but when I wake up and I play the song, I play it and I dance, you know, and it helps me release my
pressures,
unrealistic expectations. You understand? And I tell myself, you know, because think about it, the goalpost is always shifting. There was never a time, I have a new problem now. Right now, I have a new problem. I didn't have this problem 2 weeks ago. I didn't have this problem 3 months ago. In January, I might have a new problem. So it helps you relax and rid yourself of unfair expectations. Music can remind you that. You know,
okay. There's this particular, you are not a musician.
No.
You only work with people that produces music. There's this particular, you know, music work that, you know, she sent, and I would like our viewers to say, very beautiful one. And when I listen to it, I tell you, it really helped. You know, it's something I listened to, and I had to listen to it again and again because I said, oh wow, this is, you know, something we have to listen to, because it tells about how we are wired, you know, differently. Why you should take me the way I am, and I should take myself the way I am, not to, you know, compare myself with it. So let's have the music roll, our director.
Myself, don't need nobody else, cause no one really cares. I've got feelings I don't show, it's weakness when they know I bottle up instead. Maybe something from my past makes me act the way I act. Maybe it's a childhood trauma. If you're anything like me, look deeper and you see we all got attachment styles. I can take care of myself, don't need nobody else, cause no one really cares. I've got feelings I won't show. It's weakness when they know I bottle up instead. Maybe something from my past makes me act the way I act. Maybe it's a childhood trauma. If you're anything like me, look deeper and you see we all got attachment styles. Do you know your attachment style? Do you know? I hate being all alone. Why do people have to go? It's just something I can do so they don't go. Why's my baby always cheating? He says that I'm so needy. Why's the future so unknown? Oh, maybe it's something from my past makes me act the way I act. Maybe it's a childhood trauma. If you're anything like me, look deeper and you see we all got attachment styles. Do you know your attachment style? Do you know? What if I could be secure in myself? Be okay if you love me, be okay if you left. Or if I could just give the kind of love I wanna get. What if I could be secure in myself? Be okay if you love me, be okay if you left. Or if I could just give the kind of love I wanna get. Hey,
Wow. Interesting.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful. You know, when I talked about the song,
In fact, I can
Soul
I can
lifting,
see,
right
yeah,
there.
soul lifting. I can see this is certainly a soul music, classical music, and jazzy as well. The lady sounds like Asha, you know. You know, yeah, she sounds like Asha.
She likes to be told that she sounds like Nanya Iji.
Not like Asha. I'm sure someone must have told her that as well.
People tell her that she sounds like Nanya.
Aha, you know, that's a good one. That's
now
a good one.
let me ask you this. There are a lot of people like I have a friend, physically challenged. I have friends, a lot of them physically challenged, but there's this particular one, I'm so close to him. And, you know, even we, you know, because he was born like that, that's all he had known to live and all of that. But you know, we relate with him fine, but I know that somewhere at the back of his head, you know, he still has some little form of mental issues, like the way people see me. Because I know that those days, those times when we just met, you know, there was something he wanted to request, and before he went on requesting, he said, see me as a normal person. See me, don't answer me out of pity. Don't, you know, and all of that. There are 1,001 people like that outside there. How do we recognize? How do we help them? How do we come and show empathy, not sympathy? Now,
Another great question. So we need to create safe spaces for everyone in our community. Our community needs to be inclusive, needs to be community-based, and we need to provide help that's affordable for everyone. Everyone needs to be carried along. So like you said, if you're working with someone who is differently abled, someone who's suffering, who has to live with ADHD, autism, dyslexia, OCD, generalized anxiety, we need to start to recognize that these people live with us. And I say these people live with us because we treat them like aliens. You understand? So we tell people how to, blind people, for lack of a better word or for context, they know how to live here within us. But do we know how to act around them? Do we know that someone who's suffering anxiety, like myself, I'm struggling to do this here, but I suffer anxiety. Do we know, can we recognize when someone is having an anxiety, when someone is panicking? Can we recognize it? So when our human resources personnel are recruiting, is there space for people like this to say, if you're suffering anxiety, you may not be able to give public speeches just immediately? Can we empathize with them and not call them losers and make it worse for them? So if we're able to create safe spaces where everyone's experience is heard, then I think that we'll have a more inclusive society.
Okay, very good, Precious. We will create a safe space for you right now. We want you to be very, very relaxed with us so that we can really get this information out there. Yeah. You know, let's talk about what we all can relate with. Yeah. You know, that concerns all of us. Around this time, and good enough is part of what we started with our earlier guest. Yeah. Around this time, this is period of festivities. Expectations will be high around this time. Exactly. People are expecting so much from you. Children are there looking up to daddy. You know, society is there. Family members. You know, people are expecting so much from you this time. And if care is not taken, this can be a burden on our mental state. Yeah. All of us can identify with this, especially around this time. How do people guard against their state of mind at this period?
Thank you.
Or how will you guard against yours?
How would I?
Yes, let's go that way.
Something that's helped me over time is being present and self-awareness, understanding yourself. Like we mentioned earlier, 70,000 thoughts are running in my head. And in this Christmas period, it means that those destructive thoughts that will tell you you're not enough, thoughts that will tell you, January to December, what have you done? You can't even afford to feed your family. Those thoughts will cross our minds. And I also said to you earlier that we have been fed this story, a fake story that you are the only one suffering. You're not the only one suffering. Everyone is suffering.
We are all in this together.
You understand? So what we need to do is build resilience. This suffering is not going to go anywhere. Suffering is not going anywhere. So what we can do is help ourselves build resilience so that we can manage the suffering better.
So how do we?
Yeah, so we have enough resources in Nigeria. The likes of Don't Drop the Mic, the likes of Don Jazzy, Accountability Lab, Mr. Ode Friday, these people are already doing things in this space. But when you talk to these people, you find that the challenge they have is funding. We have people that can sing in Nigeria, that this December can just remind everybody that we're all in this together, share rice with your brother, you know, because if everyone was making sure that their neighbors have food, then the pressure will be less. And then we also need to change that narrative where we're putting so much pressure on men to say, if you don't provide that, then you're a failure. You get. So I know that men go through a lot of stress. Emma is talking about men right now, talking about the stress that men go through, depression, anxiety. They can't talk. Men, you need to take responsibility and become vulnerable. Vulnerability is no weakness. My wife, this is how much I have this month. We have 15,000 naira. What can we do with this? Be honest.
I hope the wives are listening.
You understand? Be honest. Oh, well, the thing is that men are not even willing to be vulnerable. So, you know, so we need to start to, a lot of people are doing this already. Churches are encouraging, a lot of NGOs are doing it, a lot of people in the civil space, people are doing this, but we need more collaborations. The SDGs, right, Sustainable Development Goals 3 right now is talking about good health and well-being. It is not one person's job. It's not only the government's job. We all need to tell ourselves that this is a collective responsibility.
I agree.
So self-awareness is where to start. First of all, understand your thoughts. Know what you're thinking. 70,000 thoughts are going through your head. You need to be able to sift through, edit your thoughts and say, I don't need this thought right now. You should be able to compartmentalize and tell yourself that, all right, what thought do I need? We need to embrace gratitude in December. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot and we survived.
In all of this, where can we put music?
Music is already there. It's not as if music is a new tool that we're borrowing. Music is already there. I told you I listened to one, let me pronounce his name well, Wanda Baton every morning. Tiwa Savage and Kizz Daniel were on that song. There are other songs. There are songs that promote oneness. Let us, because promotions is expensive. You find artists who are producing these things, you find them on TikTok, they don't have support, they're looking for who to sign them. The government has, the resources are there. The government just needs to activate these resources and support. Everybody
just needs to understand. If I understand you very well, when you mentioned that the first thing we just need to first know is how our mind works.
Exactly.
Very important.
70,000.
You know, yeah, of course she's right. Because and you know one funny thing in the YK, most of these thoughts are beyond what you can handle.
Exactly.
They play around your subconscious mind where you don't even have access to.
Exactly.
You understand? And people need to understand all of this, how all these things But there's this general saying that as much as because we are all in this together.
Yeah.
As much as you cannot, control birds flying over your head, I'm sure by the time you want to nest on your head, you can do something about that.
Sure.
Which means we all have something to do.
Yeah.
We can guard our heart,
Sure.
Our mind against some of this negative
Exactly.
thought. Now, Precious, issue of mental state, mind, and the way it works is something that I find very, very interesting. I have done a bit of work around that too. That's how I've been able to know that there is something called conscious and subconscious mind and all of that.
True.
Now, tell us more to our people out there.
Yeah.
We have come to realize now that this issue of poverty is not, and the mental issue is not situated with the less privileged alone.
Yeah. I agree.
It has something to do with status. If for anything, some of the people we are hearing committing suicide these days, I mean, you are like, you have money, you are, what's your problem?
Excuse me, what's going on?
So please share with us for people, for many out there who are not living in reality now. That's true.
Yeah.
Can you bring them to the real state of things?
I wish I had the power to do that, but I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try because it's not like a switch that we can, it's something we have to build. Self-compassion is something you have to build. It's like your antivirus. When you install an antivirus on your laptop, you're doing it to protect, to guard yourself. And self-compassion is, I can forgive myself. I made mistakes, but I can forgive myself. I can be kind to myself. I can love myself. You understand? And it's not just literally just saying love myself. If you love yourself, there are things you do to people you love, right? You're there for them. You listen to them. You start to do those things to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to your thoughts. Observe your thoughts. So this Stanford professor carried out a research on baboons or apes, and he was trying to study stress levels. And he realized that when the baboons were really stressed was when there was a power tussle, because they put the baboons in different layers. Okay. So some can go out and eat, while others are eating, some are watching them, some were humiliated. So he realized that when they were most stressed was when there was power tussle and when they felt humiliated the most. And our society is shame-driven. You feel humiliated for no reason. Somebody's talking to you anyhow. Somebody's telling you how you're not good enough. Your boss is talking down at you. Let's understand what stress is. And then on that level, know how we can manage stress and then, show ourselves love and compassion.
Show yourself love and compassion. Be there for yourself. That's just it. Take it easy. Just like I said when we started the show. Take it easy on yourself. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself.
Problem no dey finish.
You have to reprogram your mind. As I was coming, I even did a video. The voices, the thoughts were telling me, what if you go and talk rubbish? What if you... And I kept telling myself, oh well. But you know some things you're going to say, right? You know some things you can say.
I'm sure you have proven that thought wrong.
I wouldn't know until I'm off air and I watch and I say, oh, okay, I didn't say anything wrong. But I'm still showing myself mercy when I try and counter the negative thoughts and say, you can calm down. Don't worry, you can calm down.
Thank you so much, Precious. We can go on and on and on and on. But the long and short of it all is that make sure you love yourself and be kind to yourself. Thank you so much, Precious.
Thank you.
Obeahon for this wonderful time with you. Precious Obeahon, she's a co-founder of the Conscious Soul Records, and most importantly, she has an educational background in mental health. Thank you so much for being
here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, next on the show, we say congratulations to that guy and 1,001 people that are making us proud out there, both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. What am I talking about? Burna Boy, amidst others, that won the Best International Arts Award at the Mobile Awards. She won that alongside with Beyonce and others. Congratulations. Entertainment tidbits. Don't go anywhere. Sit back and enjoy.